It can become quieter, more refined, less consuming, and sometimes it can even become wisdom. Over 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosophers sat with pain, not to escape it, but to understand it. They didn't believe in avoiding discomfort. They believed in transforming through it. And what they discovered in ancient Rome still holds medicine for our modern hearts. Here are 5 ancient Stoic teachings that can still heal your modern pain, if you let them in. 1. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. We live in a world addicted to control. We track, measure, manage, worry. But we still feel helpless. When illness strikes, when people change, when life doesn't follow the script. Marcus reminds us, your mind is the only empire you truly rule. You cannot stop the storm, but you can choose how you meet it. A woman I worked with, Maria, lost her husband unexpectedly at 61. She couldn't control the grief. But she learned to choose her mornings, journaling, walking, breathing. She didn't erase the pain, she learned to hold it differently. That is inner power. That is Stoicism. Not cold, not distant, but anchored. 2. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Worry is a thief. It robs us twice, first of peace, then of presence. How many sleepless nights have we spent rehearsing a disaster that never arrived? How many conversations have we avoided, jobs declined, dreams buried, because of what might happen? Seneca knew that the mind can become a prison. But he also knew, fear lives in the future. Strength lives in the present. When we return to now, to this breath, this moment, this choice, we stop suffering twice. 3. It is not things that disturb us, but our opinion about things. Epictetus. You didn't break because of the divorce, or the diagnosis, or the job loss. You broke because of what you told yourself it meant. I'm a failure. I'm alone now. I have nothing left. But what if pain isn't punishment? What if it's just part of the path? Epictetus teaches that the stories we attach to events often hurt more than the events themselves. Shift the story, and you may just shift your entire life. 4. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it does, and you will be at peace. Epictetus. This isn't passive surrender. This is radical acceptance. A kind of spiritual Aikido, where you move with life instead of against it. You don't fight the rain. You learn to walk in it. You don't curse the aging body. You learn to listen to it. Modern pain is often the gap between how life is and how we thought it should be. Stoicism doesn't close that gap with control. It closes it with grace. 5. Death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back. Marcus Aurelius. This is the teaching no one wants to hear, and the one we need most. Death isn't morbid. It's clarifying. It sharpens what matters. It humbles the ego. It reminds us, every moment is on loan. So say the thing. Forgive the wound. Paint the picture. Start again, not because you're ready, but because you're still alive. If you've made it this far in life, past the heartbreaks, the illnesses, the transitions, then you already know. You are not here forever. But you are here now. And that is enough. Final reflection. So, what if pain wasn't something to run from, but something to walk with, gently? To learn from? To be shaped by? The Stoics knew what we are still learning. That life will break you open. But if you meet it with presence, with courage, with a calm mind and a soft heart, it will also rebuild you. If this message spoke to something inside you, please share in the comments. Which teaching did your soul need most today? And if someone you love is carrying silent pain, send them this video. Because we don't need more noise. We need timeless wisdom. And maybe a little more silence between the thoughts. Like, subscribe and come back whenever the modern world feels too heavy. The ancients are still here, waiting. And their words still carry light. But why do these ancient teachings still matter after 2,000 years? Because beneath the surface, our pain hasn't really changed. The tools around us have evolved. The distractions have multiplied. The noise has grown louder. But the ache within us, The ache for peace, for clarity, for meaning is as old as breath. We still grieve. We still long to be seen. We still struggle with control. We still feel small in the face of chaos. Modern life makes it worse by offering us false remedies for real suffering. When you're heartbroken, the world tells you to stay busy. When you're lost, it says, buy something. When you're aging, it whispers, reverse it. But what if you don't need to fix your pain? What if you need to sit with it, understand it, and outgrow it, like the Stoics taught? That's where the real healing begins. Because most of our modern pain comes from resisting what is. We fight the passing of time. We fight our emotions. We fight reality, hoping if we fight hard enough, it will change. But life doesn't respond to resistance. It responds to awareness. And that's where Stoicism offers its deepest gift. It doesn't remove the pain. It reveals what the pain is here to teach us. Pain, when held with attention, becomes wisdom. Loss, when honored, becomes clarity. Aging, when accepted, becomes freedom. We stop asking, why me? And we begin asking, what is this moment shaping in me? And something miraculous happens. You stop rushing to numb the ache. You begin walking slower. You begin listening more to your body, your breath, your truth. You begin living not to avoid death, but to align with something deeper than fear. This is the root of Stoicism. Not coldness, not indifference, but inner clarity, the kind that allows you to move through grief, anxiety, aging, change, not with panic, but with poise. You become less reactive, more present, less concerned with controlling the world, and more devoted to understanding your place in it. This is why the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus still heal us. Because they don't speak to the world outside us, they speak to the war within us. And that war, for most of us, isn't against others. It's against silence, stillness, and the fear that if we stop distracting ourselves, we might have to feel everything. But here's the paradox. The moment you allow yourself to feel it, is the moment it begins to soften. So today, maybe healing doesn't look like a new technique. Maybe it looks like an ancient whisper that says, you are not broken. You are becoming. Let that truth sink in. You're not late. You're not behind. You're just waking up to yourself, to the moment, to what truly matters. And in that space, even modern pain can become sacred.